On today's show, Trent Denson from the Spread the Positive podcast will share how his passion project changes lives in our community. Jenn Otto from Primis Mortgage is back again with important information about getting your next home loan. And get ready to meet our pet of the week from Purple Paws. You're going to love this little girl. So grab yourself a sundrop and a snack. Good morning, Murfreesboro, for April 4th, 2025 begins now.
Good morning, Murfreesboro. I'm Lance Chandler.
And I'm Rachel Albertson. Thank you for joining us for another week where we talk about what makes Murfreesboro shine.
Yeah, and we've had a shiny week this week. It's been April Fool's Day.
Yes, I totally blew it and didn't do any pranks.
I was going to ask you, were you the toilet seat saran wrap bandit this week?
I didn't do it. I don't know.
Terrorizing Murfreesboro, wrapping one toilet seat at the time, destroying people's days.
Well, you know, I was out of town, so.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
I just spaced it. You know, when you're at the beach, you kind of forget all the other stuff.
All right. And yeah, put it all behind you. Who cares about April Fool's Day when you're at the beach, right?
Right, for sure. Yeah. And I got to see my sister, and that was nice.
Oh,
and my brother-in-law. Sorry about that, Kevin. Oh, did you do any pranks for April Fools?
No. We were out of town as well. So, okay. Yeah, we were out of town. We were in Florida as well. We went to a resort with my in-laws, so it was a lot of fun.
That's cool. We were South Florida.
Oh, South Florida? Like how far deep south?
Boca.
Oh, I don't.
Boca Raton near Miami.
Oh, yeah.
Fort Lauderdale.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And then we went across one of the ways.
Orlando.
To Sarasota.
That's where we were. Smack dab. My sister lives in Fort Lauderdale.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so not too far from there.
And how was the traffic in Florida? Better than here?
Well, it's spring break in Florida, so, traffic's terrible in Florida always. Spring break, tons of people.
Yes.
Everybody,
packed.
At a resort, you just stand in the pool. Like, there's no room to move. Everybody's just packed in there like sardines, standing, looking at each other, like, hoping for some cool. And there's no seats anywhere to sit on the cabanas or anything like that.
We got an Airbnb with a private beach. It was about this big. So you got all by yourself.
The size of this table?
Yeah.
Wow.
Next to a boat ramp.
Been sleeping on top of each other.
You had to get there first thing to get a spot. The only spot. Oh, okay. Well, any jokes? Did you do any joke research on vacation?
Yeah, I did. I got one in my back pocket here for you. All right,
okay.
Here we go. What color is the wind?
I don't know.
Blue.
Oh,
like BLEW. You know what I mean? All right, that one was extra cheesy this week. Somebody put me out of my misery.
Well, let's jump right into discussing those national holidays. And like we talked about last week, we're going to reinforce again because this is Tennessee. It is National Volunteer Month.
Yep, go Vols, right?
That's right. That's sports. Orange.
I'm going to make everybody mad. I'm a Kentucky fan, so I'm...
Blue.
Yeah.
Like
us twinning today.
Clearly.
We're twinning.
We did not check each other for wardrobe this week. Whoops.
Then we have National Wildlife Week for national park visitors here.
Yeah. When I travel, I love to go to national parks.
It is kind of cool. Gatlinburg is a huge national park, and you get to see all types of wildlife and bears. And
I saw more in Yellowstone.
Did you?
Yeah. There was.
I've never been there. I would like to go.
Animals just running down the road. You had to stop and let them cross. It's also National Library Week, and there is an event at the Smyrna Library. So if you are interested in helping support the book life at the library.
If you're a reader. And then we'll also have Parkinson Awareness Week.
Yes. On the 5th, it is National Peeps Day.
I'll take a hard pass on that. I'm not a Peeps fan.
You can just light it on fire if you're ever cold and need
good way to start a fire is use a Peeps.
Yep.
National Self-Care Day is on the 5th as well. So if Peeps are not,
not
your
self-care.
No, they're not self-care. Not for me. Ooh.
On the 6th, it's National Army Day. We thank you all for your service.
Thank you. And then we have National Twinkie Day. Oh, geez. All right.
Yeah. Hey, this is our baseball guy. He got to catch both of them.
Yeah. Rachel was like, "Don't throw it at me."
Golden sponge cake with creamy filling. Are we gonna just?
Yeah, I guess we ought to. I have to open them with my teeth now.
Oh.
I say that, but.
All right.
You know how long it's been since I had a Twinkie?
I have no idea.
Not bad. Better than I remember. How old are these, Neil?
It doesn't matter. They live forever.
Wow. 10 years old. Aged like fine wine.
Tastes just like the day they were made. So, on the 7th, it's National No Housework Day. So, kids, if you're listening, no cleaning your room, no doing dishes, no taking out the trash.
Don't have to tell me twice. And then we have Former Prisoners of War Day. So thank you for those that have been veterans or been in those situations. We really are grateful for your sacrifice.
And on the 10th, it is the Masters Kickoff, which is golf.
Yeah, and I'm ready for it, guys.
Are you?
Yeah, and I know our guest coming on later on, he's ready for it too because he's a golfer.
He is a golfer. Celebrity birthdays. On the 4th, Robert Downey Jr. turns 59.
Yeah, and then on the 5th, we have Pharrell Williams turning 51. You know who that is?
I do. He sings. He's a musician.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
He does the happy song.
You got it.
Yeah,
I'm
look
proud
at me
of
go.
you.
Look at me go.
Look, trivia night's coming, and you know you're getting ready for it.
I have one answer. On the 6th, Paul Rudd turns 55.
And then Russell Crowe is 60 on the 7th.
And Jackie Chan turns 71 on the 7th.
He's got a new Karate Kid movie coming out. I don't know if you know that or not.
Wow.
And then on the 10th, Haley Joel Osment is 36 on the 6th.
Wow.
I see dead people.
Good.
Yeah.
Good for you. I don't ever want to see dead people. Thank you.
You've never watched that movie?
I did once.
Okay. He's the kid that said that. We talked about that on an episode. Go back and watch it. See if you can find it.
I was watching some serial killer thing and then I had nightmares all last night. So, yeah. No, thank you.
Then we have to thank our sponsors, Superior Overhead Doors,
Titan Media Works,
Info Social Media,
615 Insurance,
Achieve Entrepreneur Center,
and of course, Hemispheres Wine Bar. All right. Well, you know what I like to say. If you can't find anything to do in Murfreesboro, you're not looking hard enough and you're definitely not watching our show.
Yep. Well, later today and tomorrow, grab some lunch at the Rutherford Farmers Co-op. Join us Friday and Saturday, beginning today through June, for delicious eats from a rotating lineup of amazing local food trucks. The vendors will be there from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. Wow, that's late. 2 p.m. 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. every week. And different food trucks each week. Check out the schedule on their website and in the description below.
Also today, join Outdoor Murfreesboro for a fun-filled day at General Bragg Playground. Let your little explorers dive into hands-on, nature-inspired play that sparks creativity and curiosity. From sensory-rich activities to exciting adventures, there's something for every young mind, and that event starts at 10.
And if you love your flowers and your plants, tomorrow head over to Oakland's FFA plant sale, the greenhouse grand opening at Oakland High School from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. It's a short window. They sell out fast, guys, so if you want it, get there earlier. Shop a wide selection of beautiful annuals, perennials, and vegetable plants. Perfect for spring planting, which is coming up pretty soon. I'll give you a tip in this, guys, real quick. Try not to plant anything before the 15th. It will get a frost. That's what my grandma always says. Don't plant anything before the 15th of April. But everyone is welcome to this blooming event.
Tomorrow, you can hop on over to the center court at Stones River Center for their Easter celebration. From 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., you can enjoy a magic show, face painting, balloon twisters, and more. The first 150 kids to register during the event get a goodie bag. Plus, you can have your photo with the Easter Bunny. Some of my favorite pictures are my kids screaming on the Easter Bunny's lap, or Santa, either or.
Have you seen all the TikTok videos where they do that with kids and the Easter Bunny sneaks up behind them and they're running like the Grinch one? They do it with the Easter Bunny. They take pictures of them.
That's mean, but also really fun.
Exploiting these children, guys.
Yeah, so don't miss out on that exciting adventure.
That was a good one. You're going to be doing the Jag jokes before you know it.
Oh, that's you. All you.
Then Tuesday, April 8th, at 3 p.m., the Rutherford County Historical Society invites you to a dedication ceremony at the Rutherford County Courthouse Museum on Tuesday. The celebration begins at 3 p.m. You won't want to miss this unveiling of the new showcase. Let's honor our local history together. More of these will be in our link and description below. If you're interested in these events, go check them out, and hopefully we'll see you at them.
Yes. We have a new segment here on Good Morning Murfreesboro. Today we're going to start a 3-part series featuring Chris Phillips from the Phillips Group at Keller Williams. He'll be providing good information about buying a new construction home. And so let's watch what he has to say.
Hey, Chris, should I have my own real estate agent when buying a new construction home from a builder?
That's a great question. And that's one of the first questions that we're going to talk about in this 3-part series. And to answer that question simply is yes, you need someone who is in your corner who's going to represent your interest, not the builder. That sales agent is usually representing the builder's interest and is always looking out for their client's best interest. They know that contract backwards and forwards. You don't. And if you hire a real estate agent, that agent is going to know the contract if they've done work with them before. They also are going to know the timelines that the builder is going to want. They're going to know the selection process. They're going to explain those things to you. They're going to talk to you about things like earnest money versus deposits and which one is refundable and which one is not. So you need to have a real estate agent in your corner who's going to represent your interest in this transaction, the largest transaction that you're probably going to ever do when you're purchasing a new construction home.
For answers to all your real estate questions, ask Chris at the Phillips Group, Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
All right, we have our guest, Trent Denson from Spread the Positive here. So we are excited to hear about it. We know a little bit, but we want to make sure the community is aware of the awesome stuff you're doing. So why don't you tell us a brief little snippet about what it is?
Yeah, absolutely. So Spread the Positive is a podcast network with the mission of bringing light to what's going right. So stuff that's actually working, making a positive impact in the local community. I always say basically the opposite of the news cycle. So just good things that are happening, people with a positive, uplifting, unifying message. And we've launched over 65 shows, closing in on 2,000 episodes since August of 2021. Wow. So amazing. We're pushing record, making some really great stuff. It's been a labor of love, but something I love doing, obviously, and something I feel like there's a pretty big amount of white space in the media market. So,
but you guys you do it a little different. Like I really like how you do your podcast, and I mean there's other podcast studios around. Sure. Like we know that, right? Mm-hmm. But you have like packages and stuff that people can buy, and a lot of times it's like, oh, if you're going to come in and film, it's just going to be this rate. I'll do this rate. I'll do that for you. But you're like, no, you could be a member.
Right.
Yeah.
We have the STP 1200 Club. Just kind of. I've struggled with those packages over the years, just as far as advertising and support for the show, because the goal is to be able to, ultimately pay our podcasters. I've always said we're kind of a TV radio station type model. So the goal is to find support from local businesses, individuals, nonprofits, and basically be able to, I just try to make it as simple as possible. So it's the 1200 Club. It's $100 a month. You get monthly access to the studio, commercials across different shows we do, commercials you can use for your own social media, different ad reads across shows, and basically all of that for $100 a month. And ultimately that goes to just supporting the network as a whole. So that's the 1200 Club, really pushing that hard. We're the goal is 100 of those people to join. I think that would really give the bandwidth to really push more shows and be able to support our podcasters versus chasing them for a few $100 a month. So it's catching on. The people that are doing it are getting great value. I mean, it's been really fun, and people are really people are loving the process. Just coming in, being able to speak about their business, promotional stuff for what they're doing, that month. And any Ron Young, everybody knows Ron. Yeah. Ron's been really passionate about sharing the nonprofit work that he does, right. And that's been his whole thing. Is just I just want to come in and talk about the nonprofits I work with. Awesome. So it's been really cool to see people put their name on shows, put their name behind Spread the Positive, and it means a lot personally, obviously, because this is the dream. Trying to build something, a media company from nothing really, and not really knowing what I'm doing, full disclosure, but just falling in love with podcasting over the years and getting the reputation as one of the podcast guys around town. It just kind of naturally progressed to where we're at today. So it's been an honor and something I'm super proud of.
That's really cool. It's almost like you're building your own little community there, where like you're not just building a business,
right?
You're building a community, which is what we love here on Good Morning Murfreesboro. We're about the community, right?
Yeah,
so you're building your
absolutely.
own little community in that.
Yeah, that was kind of like when I first got to Murfreesboro in 2015. I've been working on the concept of Spread the Positive since 2011. So
Wow.
And the podcast, I started the podcast in January of 2018. No clue what I was doing. Don't go back and listen to those first episodes. Painfully bad, but
We have some of those.
Yeah, we feel your
y'all got
pain.
the right equipment. I had a USB microphone and a MacBook, just going around talking to whoever would listen. And but anyway, just from there to where we are now, it's been, or the podcast was the first thing that I could do consistently, and before that, it was still just trying to bring individuals, businesses, nonprofits that are doing things the right way for the right reasons, taking care of their people. And I used to say I wanted it to be like a, kind of a stamp of approval, like the Better Business Bureau, with like a community-oriented approach. And we did some events back through the years, and then the podcast started, and then it just kind of naturally progressed into. It's kind of wild. Like looking back, I always wanted it to be some type of media platform, and now like. When you're a young, hungry, mid-20s person expecting it right now, it was, and just being frustrated, not being able to do it right then, and then just having it take 12 years and seeing what we've learned over those 12 years it really puts it in perspective what it really takes to build something that's worthwhile.
It's not overnight.
No, it is not.
Not
no,
overnight.
it's been a grind, but it's something that honestly I feel called. It's an assignment type thing, and I've tried to kick it. I've tried to go a more traditional route, but it just keeps calling me back. So, big believer here, and I think it's just something God put on my heart to really do, and kind of develop those skill sets to be able to bring people's podcast vision to life. And it's something I take a lot of pride in, and gotten pretty good at it. And closing in on 2,000 episodes in 3 years is pretty wild.
That's impressive.
That's
impressive.
Yeah, so
that sounds exhausting too.
it is. I mean, processes, and I've had some help with edits and all the stuff, but just getting live switching, like I think Neil's doing right now, just little tools of the trade along the way has gone a long way. But it's so fun, and I love that introduction phase where someone's got an idea and we're creating elements for the show, and then recording the first few episodes, ripping that Band-Aid off, and just, we got another tagline, push record and trust the Lord. It's such a fun process, and we got some really cool stuff going. Just had a new panel wall install in the studio with some new lighting, so
awesome.
Trying to get a little more cinematic, and just trying to keep improving quality and offerings that we can bring to our people in the community.
Speaking of offerings in the community, I know that you're a big part of the Fourth Friday.
Yeah.
Am I correct?
Yes,
so
ma'am.
Why don't you tell us what that is and how the community can be involved?
Thank you for the plug. So shout out to Jessica Bryan with Reed & Associates. She's a legend around here. She has been a big supporter of Spread the Positive since day one. And speaking of those events throughout the years, we've always done them, or we've done a lot together. And here recently, we were doing Fourth Friday, and it was just kind of a casual meetup over at Cedar Glade. Shout out to Cedar Glade Brews as well. That's where the studio is too, so shameless plug there as well. All the shameless plugs.
We love that.
That's all right. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that.
That's what we're doing, right? But we've gone from just kind of a casual meetup at Cedar Glade to doing a live stream with whoever's coming through. Anybody's welcome. It's kind of chaotic, full disclosure. It is not this polished, so we don't have a Neil behind the camera. So shout out to Neil too.
We can rent it to you.
We'll loan you a Neil if you need it.
Might take you up on that, but it's just kind of free form. People jump on, talk about what they're doing. Events. It's similar to this, just a little. Just a little off the cuff on a, we say if you're not networking, you might as well be fun working.
Yeah.
So we call it the Fourth Friday Fun Working, and just kind of a live stream, getting people's name out there. And
What kind what kind of crazy antics might we see on these
man.
live streams?
There was a puppy
is there anything that just stands
we
out to you?
definitely
Like,
have a puppy.
whoa, I can't believe you
Did
did
you
that.
say a puppy?
A pony. Did
Pony,
you have a pony?
yes, we had
You
a pony. I was about to say, there's definitely a puppy usually. Cammie, my dog's there usually, so she's holding it down, keeping everybody in line. Call it her production assistant, Brewski. So she's a vital piece of that puzzle. But yes, we've had a pony, a mini horse in the studio. That was a first. But yeah, just, that's, I'm blanking on the name of that nonprofit, but really cool cause. And that, blanking on the name of the pony too, I feel bad. But
when you remember, go and comment below.
Yeah.
And the pony goes and visits hospitals and nursing homes.
Wow.
And makes people happy.
Yeah.
So that's a beautiful cause. But yeah, fourth Friday, it's the fourth Friday of every month, 5:30 to 7. Tap in either on the live stream. You can join the call live, or obviously if you're in studio, jump on, or just come hang out. There's always great conversations, great connections made. Just again, fun working versus your more traditional networking stuff, but. Yeah. Definitely a time and place for both. So
awesome. Well, Trent, thank you so much for being here. And then, guys, make sure we'll put his links below.
Yes.
That way, if you want to tap into the Fourth Friday, see possibly a pony on his show.
Could be a monkey, a sloth. I don't know.
There's beer next door, so you never know what's going to happen.
That's facts. That's big facts.
Well,
thanks for having me.
Yeah,
thank you
so
again,
fun.
Trent.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Well, next up we have Purple Paw's Pet of the Week. This week's pet comes to us from Proverbs 12:10 Animal Rescue. Meet Sadie. Sadie is a sweet and affectionate puppy who loves attention and shows a strong willingness to please. She enjoys playtime, like most dogs, I'm thinking, and cuddles with her foster siblings. She's quickly winning the hearts with her smart and gentle personality. She can be a little shy at first, often retreating to her safe spot behind the sofa. Sadie is making great progress with house training and gaining confidence every day.
If you're looking for a loving, intelligent companion, Sadie just might be the perfect fit for your family. Reach out to Proverbs 12:10 Animal Rescue. Find this information and more links below in today's description. All right, and we are back with our next guest, Jenn Otto
Good morning.
of Primis Mortgage.
Yes.
I got the name right.
Yeah, that's right. Awesome.
Well, you're back again this week because we had popular demand with what you were doing and everything that you're involved in. But we wanted to learn a little bit more about what you do for work and other things that you're involved in the community, which is a big part of it. You do mortgages. So you help people move to the community.
Yes. I tell people I sell money.
Oh, that's
I
fun.
should be your best friend, right? I sell
like
money,
that.
right?
Yeah.
So they always kind of look at me and go, "What?" But yeah, thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
Yeah,
Welcome back.
thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
What's your favorite kind of buyer?
Well, so, I love all buyers, but, people have said I have the heart of a teacher.
Okay.
And so I've really leaned into that, embraced that. And I find that often first-time home buyers need a lot of education. It's scary, right? And so I really have leaned into that, and I really love helping them and educating them. I tell people I'm your hand holder. I'll hold your hand as we walk through the path, and because nobody goes to home buyer school,
Right.
Yeah,
they don't know.
It's terrifying when you're buying your first home. I bought our home we live in now in 2017 and never had done it before. It took me a while to qualify. I looked for 3 years, because it's Rutherford County, right? So I would literally be standing in a house having it shown to me, and my realtor would get a call and be like, "No, this one just got a contract on it," while we were looking at it. So I was grateful when I found it, but that process of buying, you need a good mortgage lender that will walk you through that, because there's so much paperwork.
And don't look at a house until you've talked to a lender.
Yes,
because you can fall in love with
exactly.
something you can't afford.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and that's the thing is, I really have been working hard to change the narrative. You know, a lot of times people buy a house kind of like they buy a car.
Yeah.
They wander onto a car lot. I love this car. It's so great. And then they start going, well, how do I afford the payments and all of that? And so a lot of times people think if they're buying a house a similar way. And so, I've been really working to get the message out. You really need to talk to a mortgage lender first. And, I know last week we had Charles Ruck here,
Yeah.
right? And he was talking about working out and getting your body in shape and things like that. And if you think about your finances in terms of like a body or, running a marathon or doing something like that, you need to have a plan.
Yeah.
Right.
You need to think about it. You need to probably make some changes in your activities every day. And so a lot of times people think that if they can't buy a home the first time they talk to a mortgage lender that they have failed.
Yeah.
And that's not how it works. I mean, that we wouldn't think that if we went out to run a marathon and we've never gotten off the couch, like we wouldn't expect to be like number one, right?
Right.
And it's the same thing.
You wouldn't even expect to finish.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna throw a term out there for people that's an important term. I deal with a lot in my business, but I see it a lot with what you were just talking about. Like sometimes sometimes you strike on the first pitch with the house because of debt to income ratio.
Yes.
And I've had doing insurance, I've seen so many people come along that found the house that they like. They put the offer in, they're working on the contract, and just something as simple as the insurance just couldn't come down low enough for them to qualify for debt to income, and it just throws a wrench in it. And then they're looking again. If you're not getting pre-qualified, you may not even know where that's at. You're trying to do this and do everything on the back end, so then you're in a mess. You think you found the perfect home, you finally got your offer in, and then
you spent money.
Then you find out something that's out of your control. You can't control the rate of an insurance. You can't control the age of a roof unless somebody puts something on there, and that's typically the factors and the age of the home. And if it needs to be $1,500 a year to qualify to get in that home, and it's $2,800, then and you didn't know that to get out straight out, then you're out of luck. And so just that conversation right there, I guarantee you a lot of people that
Don't
are
know.
in the home have no idea. They're like, what are they talking about right now?
Right.
So not to get too in the weeds, but like I'm proving a point.
Well, and it's a very good point. And, not to throw any shade at anybody, but, who you choose matters. I mean, I have done some videos and things and kind of talked about the pre-approval process because, if you're doing 15 minutes on a phone call, 15 minutes cannot save you 15% or more with a mortgage lender, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But 15 minutes, a phone call and a piece of paper from an online lender may not necessarily be the information. They may not have fully vetted you out. And for those things, like you said, looking ahead and looking around corners that people don't know exist. Yeah. And that's really where I come in and really want to do that for people.
Yeah. Well, that being said, what is one recommendation to someone starting this process outside of just
don't buy a brand new car.
Don't buy a brand new car.
In the market that we're in right now, it's competitive. The rates are somewhat high. They're not terrible, but they're not. But there's a lot of people that are afraid to buy, or they're holding out to buy a lot of times because they're like, oh, the
rates will come down.
Yeah, the rate drop. The rate, you hear it all the time. Tell me if I'm right or wrong.
So you hear that a lot.
Yeah.
And so when you said that, like, I don't know if you heard me, but I had a guttural reaction to that.
She did.
So, and I'm not going to get super in the weeds, but if you look at they actually tracked interest rates back to 1971.
Yeah.
So there's rates out there, right? And in 1989, interest rates were 18.63%.
Wow.
Right? So if
Crazy.
you look at this and you look at the rates, the only period of time where rates were as low as they were was 2020 to 2022.
Yes.
So let me ask you, if rates were only that low for a 2-year period of time, are rates now high? Or were they just low then?
They were low then.
So that's why I was asking that, because I refinanced during that
of course,
short time. Because why wouldn't I?
Right? Yeah.
But when I bought the house, the rate, I was like at a 5.1.
Right.
I think,
Which still people think is great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when I bought it.
Right.
But like now they would think it was great. But we went through it, right? Couple years ago when it was that low and it started going back and it hit 5.1, it wasn't great, right? Mm-hmm. So,
it's perspective.
It's perspective. It's beauty's in the eye of the beholder. And, I think that, I love what y'all do about being positive. And so I really, I try to encourage people if, a lot of first-time home buyers, their families are discouraging them from buying houses, like, oh, those rates. And when we look at it over a period of time, it's like, are you really going to wait?
Right.
Like, we could get into the whole dissertation about rates.
Right.
They're not ever going back down that low, right?
Yeah.
And so would you wait? Whereas right now we're still seeing 5, 6, 7% appreciation on homes. And why would you wait? That house that's $300,000 now in a year is going to be $315,000, in another year is going to be $330,000. And so, we really want to, let people start building that wealth. I mean, that's the beauty of home ownership is, it's the high tide that rises all boats, and it doesn't matter who you are, who your mama was. If you had a PhD in buying a house or not, that money just works for you. Money doesn't care who you are; it just works.
Yeah. So you've given people a lot of information last week about divorce, this week about first-time home buyers. You help a plethora of other people. During this process, you've also created another business. Can you give us a quick snapshot of what that is?
So, tomorrow, actually, I get on a cruise ship. So gotcha. I have created an event company where we do education for licensed real estate agents on cruise ships. Wow. So, a lot of agents have to get continuing education to keep their licenses up, insurance agents, real estate agents. And so we're focusing right now on real estate agents, and they can get CE, continuing education, at sea on a cruise. Wow. And so that's really fun. Tomorrow we actually get on a ship, and it's for ninja selling. So for anybody out there who's familiar with that, we're doing that. So really excited about that.
That's amazing.
That's fantastic.
So I tell people I'm a professional cruiser. It's a really hard life.
I like it.
Terrible. We're just hurting on the inside for you.
Well, Jenn, thank you so much for coming here again.
Thank you for
we really
having me.
appreciate it, and that's great information. That's great information you gave. Listen to her, guys.
And we'll put your contact information for both down below for people that are interested.
Yep, that'd be great. Thank you, guys.
Well, stop. Don't scroll just yet. We will be right back after this message.
Russ Stover from Superior Overhead Doors in Murfreesboro, Tennessee for LiftMaster. Now, you've been in business for over 30 years, and you carry just one door opener brand, and that's LiftMaster. Why?
Well, in my opinion, and through my experience over the years, LiftMaster has the best product on the market.
So what is the most popular LiftMaster model?
I like the 84505, which is a premium grade belt drive opener. It has a DC motor, built-in LED lights, has a drop-down camera. It's a belt drive opener, very quiet, very durable.
LiftMaster openers come with the popular MyQ app, so I know that my garage door is secure when I'm away. Is that right?
Yes, sir. You can pull the app up. You can check whether your door's open, closed. If you have a camera operator, you can also check your camera to see if anybody's been in or out of your garage. And for the fact that if you're not there and the door opens or closes, it will send alert to your phone.
Did you ever forget to close your garage door when you left for a trip?
Yeah, I've done that a few times. And before the MyQ, I'd turn around and go back and check.
LiftMaster, trusted by Superior Overhead Doors for over 30 years. Check them out at superiordoorsofTN.com.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for this week. We had a fun time.
We did.
Great information. Great information. It was a lot of fun.
And it's interesting, some people may or may not know about Spread the Positive, and it is a great opportunity to continue what we do here. We're talking about what makes Murfreesboro shine, and Trent takes all the stuff and makes it positive. And then Jenn talked about mortgages and her new business where she gets to cruise for a living.
I know, that's really cool.
Tough life.
It's hard out there, you know what I mean? All right, we have to thank our sponsors, Superior Overhead Doors,
Titan Media Works,
Info Social Media,
615 Insurance,
Achieve Entrepreneur Center,
and the Hemispheres Wine Bar.
I know, I love this place.
Me too.
Well, also, make sure that you go back and watch the replays. If you missed last week's episode, you missed Jenn Part 1.
Right, with the Junior League.
And then you also missed Charles Rucker. So if you're looking to get fit or looking to get in shape or you're looking for just a really inspirational story, that's a good one to watch.
When you're going back and watching, or even this one, make sure you like, comment, share, tag your bestie. All the things. If you're watching it on YouTube, you can subscribe and give it a thumbs up and a positive comment.
Yep, and we have to thank our staff. We have to thank Neil. Neil keeps helping me with my dad jokes. You know what I mean? He's
takes a village. Takes a village.
Takes a village, man.
Takes a village.
We're having a baby in August, so my dad jokes haven't kicked in yet. And it comes after the baby's born.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. And
that's what we're calling it.
Then I get my jorts and my New Balances and my tucked in shirt. Before you know it, I'll be driving
I won't be twinsy with you then.
Before you know it, I'll be driving a 1994 Corvette.
I think you'll be driving a minivan first.
Might. Well, from all of us here at Good Morning Murfreesboro and Hemispheres Wine Bar, we wish you a great weekend.
You're going to do it this weekend? Do it here in Murfreesboro.